Right. Hey, everybody. Thank you so much for being on. It is 10 o'clock Central, 11 o'clock Eastern, and we love to start on time and end on time. And so we are going to go ahead and start so that I can value your time. Now, right now, you are all muted. You can, just to cover some tech housekeeping items, you can make comments and I should be able to see those, or you can unmute yourself if there's a particular question. Now, we are all going to be in different levels of our understanding of social media. So with that said, there may be questions that I don't take on the call because it wouldn't be in the best interest for everybody on the call. And yet, if you will make sure, I will either write it down or I will get back with you after, or at the end, I'll stay available and answer some more one-on-one. And if it's very in-depth, what we may end up doing is I will actually, like right now, welcome again. The agents that are on this call are agents from all over. So some of you guys are on here because you are supposed to be in bold right now in Virginia, and but due to the weather, we went ahead and canceled step 2, and we're going to pick that back up next week. So you guys are probably taking the opportunity today to catch up on your lead generation because it is still 20 contacts a day, right? So you guys are working on that today, and it's a great time to really come from contribution, calling people in your sphere, asking how they're doing, if there's anything that you can do to help during this time of, icy roads, that type of thing, right? So who in your community do you need to be thinking about? Then there's also agents that are in the market center that I have the privilege of being the team leader at, and they've jumped on here as well. And so I know that so whether it's because you have additional questions and I get with you in the market center for some one-on-ones or for a more intensive group thing, or maybe an early morning coaching session, or I'll stay late after a bold session, we'll really dive into anything that I cover that you don't understand or that's not where you are yet with it, because I know we're kind of all over the place. So with that said, we are going to dive in. Now, you are going to see that I will be taking notes most of the time, or not taking notes. I will be actually reviewing my notes much of this time. Shane and your leadership, when we decided to make the decision not to have bowl today because of the weather, I said, okay, how do we make sure that we keep our motivation going? And I thought, okay, this could be something that would be really available. So I started putting it together, and I got home about midnight and started working on this. So you're going to see me looking at my notes, and then we're going to go back and forth. So today's call, it is geared to creating a simple social media plan for 2019. So if you guys are taking notes, simple social media plan for 2019. We know that when we can keep things simple, odds of them actually being completed are there. And today, I think that we will be 30 minutes max. So if you're looking at when is this call going to be over, if we have questions and answers, it may go a little bit after that. So just so you guys know. All right. And I just realized I didn't introduce myself. Olivia Roberts, MAPS Bold Coach and Team Leader. Yeah, so thrilled to be with you here today. So one of the things that we all know is Gary Keller is always telling us, always teaching us to make sure that we're feeding our database, right? He teaches us that in the Millionaire Real Estate Agent. And he also teaches us to lead with revenue. So today we're going to be looking at ways to create your brand awareness, attract business, and stay connected with your people through social media, right? To gain more buyers and sellers without any additional expenses. So today we're going to keep it simple, and we're going to talk about Facebook only, right? Facebook only. Now, at the end of this call, you will actually have a strategy that you can rinse and repeat, right, every week. And then so that way we're going to develop better insights on how to use simple tools to bring value, engagement, and awareness to your brand. And your brand is you, right? So write this down. This is a question that I'm going to have you reflect upon after the call. So go ahead and write this down. What is my goal for social media? What is my goal for social media in 2019? See, is it increasing followers? Is it finding the next contract? So take the time today and answer that. Now, Shane, thank you for asking that question. Am I recording this? So the answer is yes. And I'm not 100% sure how much more recording space that I have. And so I'm not sure when it's going to stop the recording. I will send this out to everybody that's on the recording. So love technology. Everything works. It will be recorded. So great question. Thank you, Shane. Okay. Okay, so take the time today and answer that question. What is my goal for social media in 2019? Because this is the thing. If you don't know where your goal is, even if you're moving, you might be moving not the direction that you wanted to go, right? And so we want to make sure that we're moving in the direction that we desire to be in. And so you want to answer that question. Start with the end in mind, as we often hear. So let's get started. So currently, you want to be thinking about who are your followers? Who is your audience, right? What's your demographic? Is it past clients, people that you went to school with, high school with, college with, right? See, Gary is telling us constantly, feed your database, feed your database. So are you feeding your database and your social media every day, right? Because it goes hand in hand. How active have you been in adding names, again, on a daily basis? Do you friend people on a daily basis? What would it take for you to do this task? Who in your database is not on your social media? Who in your database is not your social media friend? This is a great place to start. How soon could you fix it if they're not your friend, right? Let's go ahead and make that happen. The demographic piece matters because you want to know who your audience is. Does your personality come across to that audience? Are you personable? This also feeds the story, right, of who you are and what you're telling your marketplace. So this is, so we want to look at our groups of followers, right? So, so we're going to start with number one, friends and family. So again, if you're taking notes, write down groups of followers, number one, friends and family. They're always going to be enthusiastic and they're always going to support you. They will help you increase your awareness with clients and prospects in their sphere who may have a desire to buy or sell. So have a conversation with them. Let them share what you're posting so that you get to more people. Number two, past clients, or we like to call them clients for life, right? We are going to stay top of the mind any way we can with this group. So not only are they getting things from our database, not only are we calling them and we're emailing them, we're also touching them through social media. And in a minute, I'm going to share with you something that's called 5, 5, and 5 that Lisa Archer shares. That's amazing and a great way to stay in contact with your people. Group number 3, this is going to be lenders and vendors of all kinds. So your home inspectors, that type of thing. They're basically part of your sphere. Now, these are going to be some of the first people to like, to respond, to share your post. So those are some of our Facebook followers. And number 4, your database, your sphere. So we are going to constantly work on connecting with these people in this group, okay? Now, the cool part, let's say that you're part of a team and then you basically have a large demographic, right? So what does that look like? So when you post something as a team, it is in fact impactful and it could reach more than, I mean, depending on the size of your team, if everybody on your team had 5,000 people, I mean, it's easy, 20,000 people, right? So know your audience and demographic, know who you're talking to. Now let's talk about one of a kind content. So I drive a Tahoe. If I posted a picture of a Tahoe, you're probably not going to pay much attention to it because they seem to be everywhere, or maybe that's my Raz. They're everywhere. You've been in one, you've driven one, right? Now, the cool part about houses is we always, right, this is our golden ticket as realtors. We always are able to post unique because every house is unique when we're posting that on social media. That's why users love real estate content. They want to look at it. They want to interact with your videos, the photos, the postings. Think about how many reality TV shows. I believe the number is 34 reality TV shows right now on real estate reality TV shows, right? People love real estate. So do we. It works out really well, right? So we want to create one-of-a-kind content. And this becomes extremely valuable. It's very fresh. So we're going to talk about new info all the time, just in the houses, right? So that when you're saying this is a house near a lake, or this is maybe a remodeled treasure, it's in the heart of downtown, or it's a multi-level family or business, you know, it's got great history and it needs some love, right? So these are some one of the kind content. So we're going to value that, and we're going to keep top of mind when we interact with social media. Now, there are 5 critical elements. So write this down, 5 critical elements when you're doing social media. Number 1, be authentic. Present yourself in a manner that is being true to who you are. If you're funny, be funny. If you are not, don't try it, right? Like, who are you? Today's client is looking to understand who you are and what you stand for. Social media gets us closer to people by showing our authentic self. Write this down. 36% of buyers in 2019 will be millennials. 36% will be millennials. So they're very interested in authenticity. Number 2, the second critical element. It is a dialogue. Social media is a dialogue. When we post something, we are creating a conversation with our followers. So this leads to number 3, the third critical step. Respond to every comment posted, good or bad. I noticed this really high level. Pamela Petrie, she's a Keller Williams agent in Monroe, Louisiana. And even on her birthday, right? Can you imagine how many Facebook posts you get on your birthday? I literally see her coming behind everyone and thanking the person that posted it. Are you creating a conversation with your social media? So again, whether it's happy birthday or you post something about a house and they post back and say, wow, that's an amazing deck. Comment back, right? Post videos. 45% of people who interact spend an hour watching Facebook and Instagram videos. So videos are huge. And make it real, right? People get attached quickly to the property and to the information. So videos are amazing. Now, number 5, and this is number 5, the 5th critical element. Speak to your audience. So post a picture of an amazing beach and ask a question. Maybe it's hashtag real estate goals. What's your favorite beach destination? You want to make sure that you're actually engaging with your audience. So you're speaking with them, not to them, right? Okay. So we know that Facebook is a social networking platform, right? Social networking. So I've been asked this question, and many of you probably have thought about it, or you've wondered, or you know the answer to this next piece. Do we do an individual personal page, or do we do a business page? Now, before I get into that, Dan, you had a question. Yes, Dan asked me if I could repeat number 4. Dan, how are you going to make me go back and find something? Did I skip number 4? So number 3 was respond with every comment. Oh, number 4, post videos. I don't think I actually said number 4, Dan. That's why you missed it. So number 4 was post videos. And then number 5 is speak with your audience. Okay. Thank you, Dan. All right. So Facebook, social media networking. So here are the differences between a professional or a business page and your private or your personal page. Okay. Because people go, which one do I need to have? Which one's better? It depends, right? And it's really up to you. So here are some of the differences. If you want to boost ads, it has to be a business page. If you're looking to have more than 5,000 followers, it has to be a business page. Now, so if you're part of a team, and the business page is probably the route to go. Or maybe you have a huge database and you've been in the business for a really long time, the business page may be the route to go. It's your choice. From there, you can link, you can add, you can advertise. So you'll be gaining a larger number of followers than some of this, maybe an individual agent. Now, this is the cool part. If you're an individual agent, personal page. Now, this is the thing. So you're limited up to 5,000 friends. You can't boost from this type of page. And yet that would be an additional advertising expense. Now, depending on your goals with a personal page, you are running a little bit blind in the sense of you can't see analytics, right? So on the business page, you can see the analytics of the followers, what received the most interaction, that type of thing. Now, all that means is if you're running a personal page, you're kind of doing those interaction or those analytics yourself. You're paying attention. How many people actually commented on that post? Did they like it? Did they share it? Okay, that's something that caught attention. I want to use again. That's all that it means if you're doing personal. Because for most of us as individual agents, our goal is the presence and to show consistency in our presence. So most people follow individual pages. That's the other thing that I noticed. Most people aren't going out there to look for your business page. They're really following you, the person. And so that's why that's such a great piece. Now, the cool part is KW Command. That's continuing to roll out. And they have some amazing social media tools coming into play to help with Facebook boosting and interactions and things to that effect. Okay. So that's a little bit of difference between business and personal, and then you have to decide which one makes the most sense for you. Somebody just raise your hand or make a comment because I think my internet may have frozen.
You're good. We can hear you.
You're good. We can hear you.
Oh, thank you, Shane. Awesome. Okay. And Benny, thank you. Okay. Okay. So we're going to go to the next piece. Facebook is a blend of three things: real estate, lifestyle, and authenticity. And y'all can see my puppy back there. That's Rowdy on top of the pool table. Hey, Rowdy. Yes, Brenda. I'm just super excited. Y'all haven't heard my dog yet. So he actually just came over to visit, but he's gonna stay in his spot maybe. Okay, so real estate. Nope, no, he's coming over. Real estate, lifestyle, and authenticity. This is Rowdy, by the way. So we're being very authentic. We have lots and lots of dogs at my house. Okay, no, enough kisses. Okay, so we live in amazing communities, and we are human. So show your followers what you're made of, what you're doing, right? Now the other piece that we want to do is go back through your Facebook pictures, your Facebook comments. Maybe before you got into real estate, you weren't really paying attention to what you put on Facebook. Are you being really negative? Do you have pictures that you wouldn't be proud of Diana Coast Guard, Gary Keller, your operating principal to see? Go back and clean those up. Just get rid of those. Protect your image on Facebook. Again, that doesn't mean you have to be staid and boring. It just means be aware of what image you're sending out there, okay? Okay, real estate related items to post, okay? So we want to look at real estate related items to post. One thing that you want to make certain is don't just post real estate, real estate, real estate, real estate. People tune you out. So you want to have a plan for how do you do that? How do you make sure they know what you are? And it's not just boom, 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 every new listing 5 times a day, right? So you know the basics, right? Coming soon, just listed, just sold, events, things like that. So let's talk about some of the bonus pieces. What really works in the cutting edge of today. 1, walkthrough videos of your listings. Are you doing walkthrough videos of your listings? Are you doing walkthroughs of the neighborhood, of the parks, right? Now, what about when you're showing other people's listings? You can do walkthrough videos there. Now, pause, write down, underline, underscore. Make sure whatever your MLS rules are that you abide by them. Your MLS rules might say, because it's somebody else's listing, you have to give them credit for that, but their company or whatever. Just know the rules and follow the rules, okay? And yet that would be a really cool thing that you could do. Facebook Live. Are you doing Facebook Live videos? Are you announcing ahead of time that you're going to do a Facebook Live video on a particular property? So announcing there's going to be an open house live this weekend. So, hey, Mr. Client, I'm sorry you can't make it. And yet we're going to broadcast it live. So check in live, make comments, and then we can just, and that way you're creating a particular dialogue about the house, right? Do a 30-minute segment. So these tools are also, you can highlight them in your listing presentation. So for example, hey, Mr. Marcelo, we do things differently. We invite your number, 20, for my number to be 4,500 followers on social media to attend the live open house feed and complete a guided tour of your home at that time, because we are constantly looking for buyers for you. So isn't that pretty cool, right? So Audrey, you had a question, 30 minutes. It doesn't have, that's not a rule of thumb, but if you're doing depending on the size of the house, if you're doing a walkthrough of the house and then allowing people to ask questions, you might want to come prepared and share with them, what about the different school zones and where are the school zones and what are some of the awards that particular school has won? What are the other things that are close? So you could create basically an informational piece that you would be sharing during that Facebook Live. So that's where your time comes from. And then making sure that you're interacting with the people. Okay. Okay, now let's look at lifestyle ideas. Lifestyle is showing that you actually get out there and you have fun. It's demonstrating that you live in that community, right, in that town. That way, you look in the summer, maybe you're at a farmer's market and you're saying, hey, don't miss this amazing farmer's market. But we don't live under a rock. So when you witness something fantastic, share it. Now you're seeing Dixie, at least Dixie's tale. She's come to visit us as well. Be an expert in your community, right? It would be terrific to have people calling you directly for restaurant information, for activity information. Oh, thank you, Shane. That's perfect. Yes. Kelly Insights. Everywhere you guys go, you should actually be pulling up your Kelly app because it speaks to command, right? And you want to create an insight. So you go to a local place, create an insight and let them know, hey, this is the greatest ice cream ever. This is the greatest yogurt. Create that on your Kelly, and that way they're talking to one another. So thank you, Shane, for incorporating that. That's awesome. If you don't know how to do a Kelly Insight, just message me at the end. We can tell you. It's really easy. When you pull Kelly up, there's a dot. You click on those 3 dots, and one of the things is Insights, and you click on that and you create an insight. That's the way it works. Now the cool part is the people with the most insights. My understanding is that you're going to rank the highest on my referrals. So a pretty cool piece to get more referrals. Okay. So authenticity, show where you walk, where your favorite trail is with your pet, if that's what you're into. It's a smile on your kid's face right on the sidelines of a football game. It's a great garden path on your way to work or a local coffee shop. Authenticity creates the conversation with your followers. It's relatable. It's an open dialogue, right? Sometimes even if we don't hear it, and yet they might think, oh, you know what? I forgot about that park. I need to dust my bike off and go for a ride. So that's some of the things that are happening behind the scenes that you may not always be aware of. So some of you guys, you might need to up your frequency. One of the things that rate the Facebook algorithms, and they always change a little bit, and yet what we know is that the more you're interacting and people are interacting back with you, the more you're going to show up on their page. And that's why we're going to be talking about the 5, 5, and 5 in just a bit. Okay, make sure, are you planning your post? So we're going to keep it simple, and we want to be, and our intent is to be consistent. So there are times with social media that you can be spontaneous and in the moment, and yet when planned, that's when you can recreate it every week. So creating a habit, right? There's that book called The One Thing with Gary Keller wrote, #1 bestseller, and it talks about it takes 66 days to create a habit. So this is the part of your habit of being able to rinse and repeat every week your social media strategy. So keep a schedule of what you're posting. That way you will have a steady message, a stream of photos, be professional, colorful, and interacting. And this is going to be a polished history and a biography, more or less, of what your social media looks like. So write this down. 5 steps of success. Then we're going to talk about our actual plan. So this is the 5 steps of success. Post quality content every day. Quality content. Number 2, create buzz and interest. Number 2, buzz and interest. Number 3, build a contact list from those followers that go into our database. Those people on our Facebook should also be in our database. Number 4, go viral with video. Number 5, be the local expert on all things. So you are the concierge of your community, right? So be the local expert on all things. That's going to make them call us. Now here's a rough idea of a simple posting schedule. Now you're going to That way you can rinse and repeat it every week. Now you're going to make adjustments to this based on what works for you, and this is just a rough idea. Courtney Cooper, number 2, create buzz and interest. So number 2, create buzz and interest. So I'm going to repeat them all again. Okay. Yes. Thank you guys for being interactive and asking. So your 5 steps. Number 1, post quality content every day. Number 1, post quality content every day. Number 2, create buzz and interest. Create buzz and interest. You're going to know you have that because they're liking and commenting and sharing. Create buzz and interest. Number 3, build a contact list from those followers into your database. So number 3, build a contact list from the followers that go into your database. Number 4, go viral with videos. Do videos. Number 5, be the local expert in all things. And I know we can't be local about all things, but be a concierge, right? Know what's going on in the community. Post about what's going on in the community. Ask people to interact about what's going on in the community. That helps them make them call us, okay? Okay, so now we're going to talk about the rough idea posting schedule, right? So Mondays, just write down Mondays, local neighborhood category. So on Mondays, you're going to post about your local neighborhood. Something that will get attention. So what's going on in a neighborhood? So if you don't know what's going on in the neighborhood, go to the online to like your local chamber of commerce. They're going to have all kind of, this is what's going on this weekend, or this is what went on, or this is what's coming up. So if you're not sure, go do some research on your local chamber, okay? So that's going to be Mondays. On Tuesdays, real estate day. That's your real estate day. So post something about real estate. Maybe it's a weekly market recap. Maybe it's market trends. Maybe it's a photo from a property tour, a video tour. Something from the trenches, right? Maybe this is when you're all sweaty and ugly because you're putting up, I shouldn't say ugly, but sweaty, right? Because you're putting in summer and you're putting up a real estate sign, or you're super cold and you're bundled up and yet you're putting up a real estate sign. That would be a great post on a Tuesday. Ensure it appeals to the buyer and it looks super sharp, right? Buyers and sellers. Then Wednesday, this is when you're going to talk about adventure or travel, right? Post something about what you've done or a past trip or something adventurous that you're doing right there that week, right? Maybe you took a bike ride or a hike, you experienced something new, a cooking class or some other type of food tasting, right? So that's Wednesday is adventure or travel. Thursday, personal life. What's something that you've learned from? Maybe what movie have you watched? What book are you reading? You saw a great show, right? Something personal and personable, right? Enough to gauge someone and relate. That's Thursday. So Thursday, again, was personal life. What's something you've learned from, that type of thing. Friday, what activity are you doing this week? What activity are you doing this week? Something with maybe your friends, your family, maybe it's your KW family, you're learning something new, you're attending an event, that type of thing, right? You're engaging in some type of activity this week. Saturday, we're going to promote our business. We're going to post an open house. We're going to post new listings, maybe a sold listing, market changes, interest rate changes, touring a new construction. Be fun with this. If you're touring a new construction, throw a hard hat on, right? But just really, you want to engage, do something that people are going to notice, right? Now, Sunday. Maybe for many of us, you're at your open house. So that's when you're doing a live video, right? At the open house, a Facebook Live. If not, post something that features you in it that day. Or maybe the Sunday is the day that you take off and you don't post anything. And yet really, the more you post, the better. And yet make sure you're timing it too. So with your post early morning, somewhere maybe midday, in the evening, and maybe at night. So if you'll notice, for many of you guys that are on here, I posted this last night at, 10 something, and it was still getting comments throughout this morning, right? And some of it, and again, you'll notice that I commented back. So Zach Stevens and I had a conversation about why he was up at midnight saying that, hey, this is something I'm going to come to, right? So it's interactive, okay? Now, So before we wrap up, I told you, and this is to me, this is the thing that you're going to get, the most you're going to get from this call is the 5, 5, and 5. Okay. So somebody asked me to repeat one more time. So I'm going to repeat those, just the highlights. Okay. So Mondays, local. You're going to post about something local that will get some attention on Mondays, local posting. Tuesday, that's going to be a real estate day. You're going to post something about real estate. Tuesday, real estate day. Wednesday, adventure or travel. You're going to post something about adventure or travel. And adventure could be a cooking class that you're taking. It could be, if you've got a 14-year-old like me, that's an adventure all to itself, right? So we're always having adventures, right? It could be a hike, whatever that looks like. Thursday, that's going to be personal life. What's something funny or interesting that's going on with you, right? What book are you reading? Things like that. Friday, it's about an activity that you're going to be doing this week, right? Whether it's friends or family or something that you've done or something that you're going to do. Maybe attending an event. That's Friday. Saturday, promote our business. Post an open house or a new listing or a sold listing or a market change or interest rate. So Saturday, promote our business. And then Sunday, post something that features you. Sunday, post something that features you. Okay? Okay, so I'm super excited. The 5, 5, and 5, Lisa Archer. If you don't know her, she's an amazing agent. She's got expansions everywhere. She's in North Carolina. And so Lisa Archer, there's lots of stuff on KW Connect and video that you can. Courtney, a small tidbit, leverage your private messenger, and then it's kind of cut off. So I'll go back and find that. And that's perfect. That's where we're going next is private messenger. Patricia, you're so sweet. The material is fantastic. Awesome. Put you at ease. Love it. This is going to be the best piece though. So, 5, 5, and 5. So where this came about, Lisa Archer, mom, had a, hold on one second. Ingrid, I don't understand your question. Sample, please. Maybe somebody is commenting back. Oh, is it okay to do Instagram as well? Okay, so feature yourself. So, okay, I'll answer it. So how do you feature yourself? That is something that you're actually in the picture, you're actually in the video, that type of thing. So something about you, right? That's what we're talking about. So thank you for your help clarifying that answering question. Yes, you can mimic this in Instagram. It's going to be a little different and not much. They're both social media platforms. Instagram is just more picture based, right? Pictures and videos, right? So that helps. Okay. Okay, 5, 5, and 5. So Lisa Archer, she gets into real estate and she has 2 kids. She drops off at the time. She had a pre-K kid and maybe I forget the older one, but they're 2 different schools, right? So she dropped one off and then she had to go to the school, wait until she could drop the other one off at 8:30, and then she'd take the 45-minute drive back to her office, and she wouldn't get there until like 9:15. Well, her MAPS coach had let her know, like, hey, we need to be lead generating every day between 9 and 11. Well, she was like, man, I'm 15 minutes late every day. What can I do? So she thought, should I call in the car? Well, for anybody that's attempted to call in the car with, little kids, even if you give them an iPad or Cheerios, they're probably not going to be the quietest. And so she was like, that won't work. And then she goes, wait a minute, I've got my phone. I'm in line, I've got some time while I'm waiting. I could do Facebook. And so this is where this came up. Now, know that this is not your lead generation. This is a part of your lead generation strategy. For those of you that are in bold right now, this does not count as a contact. So it counts in your business, 100% it counts in your business. It just does not count as a contact. Now, when they call you or you call them and you take it offline, that's a contact, right? So part of your lead generation strategy doesn't count as a contact for bold. I just want to be really clear about this. Okay, and yet it will grow your presence and your brand. Okay, so this is what she decided to do, and she said, okay, So she created a list of everybody in her Facebook. So the cool part, I'm going to show you this on my phone because it looks different than when you see it online. So if you go to Facebook on your phone, and I know that the lighting doesn't really help play to this really well. So when you go to Facebook on your phone, you've got a friends list, right? So if everybody pull out your phone, let's go to friends list, or go to your friends. And the way to do that, you go to this picture of a person at the bottom of your screen. Click on that. It's going to bring your face up, your profile, and you're going to scroll down, and there is your friends, right? And again, the lighting isn't helping, but you see your friends, right? Okay, so when I click on my friend, and I'm going to click on Dawn was my first one, and you see how it says friends right here. It actually says friends. Again, I apologize for the lighting. When you click on friends, you have something that says edit friends list. I don't mean to make you guys sick for moving that way. Edit friends list. When you click on that friends list, you can create different categories of friends. So Dawn is actually a realtor. So on my friends list, she is tagged as a realtor, right? So you're going to tag every one of your friends. Now, how do you do that in an efficient way? So this is the cool part, okay? You're going to put them in 5 different lists. Now, you might choose to have different lists. This is what works for Lisa, and I found it very helpful. So write these down. Number 1, agents for referrals. We want to name them what we want from them. So agents for referrals is number 1. Number 2, clients for life, right? She said she used to call these past clients, and now she calls them clients for life. Number 3, family. Number 4, close friends. And number 5, sphere. And your sphere would include your lenders, partners, and vendors. And since I'm talking to people from Virginia, I know that my accent doesn't always transpire. Sphere, S-P-H-E-R-E. That's our Mets, right? Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to edit your friends list, and you're going to put everybody into one of these 5 categories. Now, if you have less than 1,000 friends, you're probably going to want to take some time, and I would say probably every night, or when you're 5 minutes early to an appointment or something, and you're going to start with your A's, and you're going to open up A, and you're going to find that person, and you're going to say, okay, that's my close friend. I'm going to put them in the close friend list. She's also a client for life. I want to put her in that list too. People can be in more than one list, right? Now, if you have more than 1,000 people, you could do that. Or what I'm going to recommend, and this is Lisa recommends, is actually do the birthday. So every month, right, every day, you have a list of everybody's birthdays that show up on Facebook. So it'll take the whole year to get through everybody, and yet you're doing a little bit every day. And you go, okay, Olivia, let's say it was my birthday, Olivia's birthday. She's a realtor. I'm going to tag her as a realtor. You know what? She's also my close friend. I might tag her as my close friend. And yet that way, if you did that every day with the birthday method, everybody will be tagged. And then from now on, everybody that, as you add friends and they accept, go ahead and put them in one of the lists. Now, why do we do that? What's important about that? This is the cool part. Let's say we have the list, and so you don't have to wait till it's completely finished. And yet, as you start building the list, we're going to do the 5, 5, and 5. And what that is we're going to like 5 things, we're going to comment on 5 things, and we're going to either write on 5 walls or send 5 private messages. Facebook really likes Messenger. If you're talking to people through Messenger, what Facebook says is, wow, they must be really friends because they're taking it offline. So the more interaction on Messenger, it's really great, right? A lot of times with my clients, we'll do it through Facebook Messenger via email because people's on Facebook, and that's what works. I've sent listings that way. So just kind of an aside, right? So let's say, for example, that we click on Client for Life. we're going to go through and we're going to scroll through, and now only the clients for life, right? The people that are your past clients are in there. And you're going to like 5 things, comment on 5 things, and then write on 5 walls or send 5 messages. You want to be appropriate in this. So for instance, let's say somebody says something, they had cancer. I'm probably not going to like that page. What I might put emojis are great. I might put an angry emoji face there, right? Mad at cancer, or be appropriate if that's something that you can relate to, right? So just be authentic when you're going through these and make sure that what you're posting makes sense. So somebody just asked for the 5 again, so I'm going to give that again. So the list of 5: agents for referrals. Number 2, clients for life, which is really just past clients, by the way, but we just call them what we want, and we want clients for life. So number 2 is clients for life. Number 3, family. Number 4, close friends. And number 5, sphere, S-P-H-E-R-E, sphere. And that includes your lenders, your partners, your vendors. Those are all part of your sphere, okay? Okay, all right, we got those? Courtney, KMSL, what does that mean? I feel like I should know. You can teach us something real quick. Okay, he'll answer in a second. Yes. Oh, hi, Courtney, killing myself laughing about the bold comment. Oh, hi, yeah, you get this, okay. Yeah, so the 5, 5, and 5, you're going to do them in each of the 5 categories, because this is the cool part. It's going to take less than 15 minutes because you've got them so that you can scroll quickly. It's going to take less than 15 minutes. You're going to do 5, 5, and 5. So that's 75 interactions by doing that. And it's quick. In under 15 minutes, you're going to have 75 interactions because you're going to do 5, 5, and 5 in each group, right? So then the next piece would be, if you really wanted to get extreme and you had a lot of people in your thing, do the same in the evening. So maybe in the morning, do 5, 5, and 5, right? All those, 15 minutes. And then at night, another 15 minutes. Now you got 150 interactions that were very on purpose that day. And again, use Messenger because they're behind the scenes. So Kelly, you had asked about the names from the phone, how to tag people in your contact list. Go to the edit friends list, and I'll come back to that at the end. So for anybody else who didn't catch that, we'll talk about the edit friends list. Again, be authentic. Oh, and then this is the other thing. So this is how do we use this to go offline? Because ultimately, all the tech, all the social media, it is really to create interactions that we can take offline. So you run into somebody at Target, send them a private message that says something like, wow, it was so great to see you, and your kids are really getting big, or, oh, JJ's so cute, right? Whatever that looks like for you, right? But so send private messages. Now, this is the other cool part about Facebook. When you're scrolling through, I don't know about you guys, that's typically when most of us probably find out that somebody is having a baby. So you see that, you can message there, and if you want to, and depending on the person, the relationship, now you go to Amazon.com, you drop them a present. Maybe they've registered for it. Maybe you just want to give them, you drop them a present, or maybe you run by their house and that's one of your pop buys, and you run by their house and you give them something, right? Maybe you found out they had a cool project at work, and so you send them a card congratulating them on their hard work. So that's how you do that. So again, this is not your only form of lead generation. This is just part of your lead generation. Time block for it, 15 minutes. Sometimes Lisa said this works well for them. I thought it was pretty cool. So you can maybe do it 15 minutes in the morning if you're in line, dropping kids off, things like that. Or she said they do it at 10:45 to 11. They lead generate starting at 9, 10:45, then 10:45 to 11. They do their 5, 5, and 5, and then they get back on the phone to lead generation. So I thought that was a pretty cool thing. Because one of the things that you want to do is going from E to P. So the 6 personal perspectives that Keller Williams teaches, 6 personal perspectives, One of those is moving from entrepreneurial to purposefulness. We are all very entrepreneurial on Facebook. That's not necessarily a bad thing. It's just could being more purposeful get us to the next level. So entrepreneurial to purposefulness, and when you follow the system, that's what it'll help you doing. Joanne, yes, that's a great question. Shane, thank you for that. And the 5, 5, and 5 is to the groups we put our friends in. So yes, so we take the friend group and we say, yeah, I'm having to scroll back through my notes because I want to make sure that I'm saying it clearly and concisely. So we take agents for referrals and we scroll through them and we make 5 comments, 5 likes, and we write on 5 walls or send 5 messages or some combination. Then I go to client for life list and I do 5, 5, and 5. Then I go to the family list, 5, 5, and 5. Then the close friends, 5, 5, and 5, and then sphere, 5, 5, and 5. So yes, Joanne, thank you for the clarity on that question. I'm sure you weren't the only one. So awesome. Thank you for that. Okay. Now we're going to wrap all of this up. Okay. So wrapping all of this up, how do we measure our results? When you post something, people, like, this is the thing, we all do this, right? We sometimes zone out. We're like being entertained by Facebook and just scrolling. So not everything that we post is going to get liked and shared and commented, and yet measuring it for us is to find out 1 out of 15 followers that will do business with us this year. So we're looking for 1 out of 15 followers that will do business with us this year because of our expertise on our social media, right? They are seeing us over and over again, and we're going to make that impression on their brain. So cool thing that if you're a rainmaker, you have a team, you get to combine, you might have 20 followers, right? We talked about that. And add everyone up on the team. That's how many followers you got. Share and post on their pages. This is going to create huge results and a huge reach for your social media presence. Now, if you're an individual agent, don't limit yourself. Go have conversations with your dear friends and family members and say, hey, because they're ready and willing to share and comment and like your stuff. So ask them to. Now you get to their database, really their sphere, their Facebook friends now get to see your stuff, and they're going to friend you and like you and start paying attention, right? And so it doesn't take a lot to get that brand awareness and that social media, especially when you create the habit. So I'm going to suggest that you pull out in bold. For those of you step 2, you'll get this material next week. And if not, you can go to the one thing online and Google, and there's a tracking sheet for 66, creating a habit for 66 days. Take the 5, 5, and 5, and every day that you do it, mark it out. For 66 days, that's going to create your strategy. Do the same thing with your Facebook or with the plan, right? I'm going to post this on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Okay, so that is what we're covering today. So now I'm going to go back and I'm going to answer any questions. Again, you can unmute yourself and I'll answer, or I'm just going to, any of the comments or questions in the box, because we can all see that as well. So I'm going to start with Ania, and I hope I'm saying your name right. Do we engage with our out-of-state Facebook friends? Absolutely. They're gonna, as long as you're like, they connect you with real estate and they connect you with the concierge, when they get ready to buy or sell, they're going to be talking to you so that you're going to make them a referral. Now, the cool part, there's 2 really cool things about referrals. A, we get paid for a phone call for some research. Number 2, and this is the most important thing, is we can make sure that our friend, whether it's a Facebook friend or it's a really close friend or a family member, that they get connected with an amazing agent that's going to do them a great job. That's really what it's about. So thank you. What is the one thing online? So Gary Keller wrote the book called The One Thing. They have an amazing blog. If you're not familiar with it, it has all kind of, I can say this because it's part of it. It's a kick-ass business plan on there and all kind of things like that. And you can download a 66-day tracker. 66-day tracker. We know it takes 66 days on average to create a habit. So every day, whenever you do what we just talked about, you can exit out and you'll start paying attention and you'll get excited. Wow, I'm on day 20. I'm on day 40. Oh, I just messed up. That's okay. I'm going to pick it back up. And you're going to get to that 66 days of creating a habit. Okay, Audrey, your question, measuring results. So 1 out of 15 followers, period. So let's say you have, and I'm not I'm going to use my phone because the math skills, I'm a realtor. I know how to do 3% and 5%. So let's say that you had 5,000 Facebook friends. Could we get to up to 333 people that are going to do business with us this year? Who knows, right? But yeah, you're looking for 1 out of 15, period, to send a piece of business to you. Yeah. Okay, any recommendations on how to get my people on my personal page to follow my business page? There are oh, Shane, thank you for posting. Everybody, Katarina, Shane just posted the link to the one thing. Shane, you are amazing. Thank you. So, yeah, any recommendations on how to get people on my personal page to follow my business page? Ask them. Hey, we're looking to get 500, you know, whatever your gap is. We're looking to get, like, let's say you have 20. Hey, I want to get to 100 by Friday. Would you go to my Facebook page? So ask is number one. From there, you might do some contest. And a lot of times when you post it on your business page, share it onto your personal page. That way they're interacting with one another. Yeah, so always send a link from your business page also, and then you can ask people to like it and things like that. Thank you for finding that. Where can we find the 66-day tracker? That is, if you scroll up, Shane posted a link to the one thing, and that'll get you to the 66-day tracker. Harrison Lilly, yes, absolutely. I've seen Harrison Lilly. He is an agent in our market center in Monroe, and he has done an amazing job with his social media interactions. And so he just suggested a gift card or a basket giveaway that'll drive people to your business page. Okay, the 5, 5, and 5, 5 likes, 5 shares, and 5 comments on their wall or through Messenger in every one of those groups. So find 5 people in each group to like something they posted, 5 people in every one of those groups to comment on something they posted, and then 5 people in each one of those groups to either send a private message or to write on their wall. Yeah, and the 66-day challenge, it's under the free stuff link on the One Thing page. Shane, you are on it. Thank you. Awesome. Okay. So with that said, we are right at, it's 10:52. Is there any final questions? Is there, any final questions? Because if there's not, I'm going to say that this is complete and we're done. For you guys that are in Virginia, I look forward to seeing you next week at step 2. We're 300 contacts. It will be our goal. So make sure you hit your contacts this week. 300 contacts is our goal. If you need me, message me, email me. You all have received emails from me. So just send a response and I will get back with you. Patricia, thank you for being on here. My pleasure. And then there was somebody had asked the question, so I'm going to go ahead. Oh, Reba, thank you. And we're going to go ahead and I'm going to go back to the question about how do I get to the friends list, to edit the friends list. Okay, so Kelly, this is for you. How do we get to the friends list to tag people? So when you go on your phone, you're going to go to your phone and your Facebook. Go to your Facebook. Go to the icon at the bottom that's a picture of a person and click on that. When it does, you'll scroll down and it'll bring you up a list of all of your friends. I don't know why it's hard for me to get in front of my camera. There it goes. Okay, it's going to send you a list of all your friends. When you click on a friend, you're going to see there on the right side, see where it says friends right here? Whoop, my camera's backwards. It says friends right here. Click on that and then you'll see edit friends list. And when you click on edit friends list, you can create them and then click on them from there, okay? So that's how that works, okay? All right, so I hope that was helpful. All right, you guys, go out, have an amazing week, be bold. And I will see you guys in my market center later today. And in Virginia, I will see that in next week. And then Shane says there's also an easy way to do it mass on the Facebook page on your computer. Awesome. Okay. So go to your Facebook page on your computer also will allow you to add friends to lists. Yeah, the reason I mainly, a lot of times it's going to be a lot easier on your computer. I showed the phone. That way, if you're at a school and you just need to do something quickly, you can do that. And yes, absolutely do it on your computer. It's easier and you can add a friends list on your computer. All right. Okay, on that note, you guys have an amazing day. Be bold. See you soon. And it did record, so I will be able to send this recording out. Have a great one. Oh, last person I did want to give a shout out to. Annie Casciola. Annie Casciola is a MAPS coach. I utilized some of the stuff that she shared with me to put this together in a way that was clear and concise. And so Annie Casciola, if anybody knows her, give her a shout out. All right. Have a great one. See y'all. Bye.